Alright, so today we're going to do something I haven't done in a long time, and that is reviewing something I've built. Alright, so this is a mini ship I made to incorporate with this science fiction story I've come up with. Now, I'm not really going to go into details of the story, at least not in this video, because it's been about 3 to 4 years in the making, so it will take me a while to explain all of it. But basically it's just a compilation of stuff I find interesting, like the Renaissance Festival and then, of course, science fiction. If you guys care, I created this due to my recent interest in mini LEGO spacecraft, and I wanted to kind of make some of the stuff they had, but instead I decided to make my own, because then A, I have complete ownership over the idea, and B, I may not have or be able to find all the pieces they used to produce the ships. Alright, so now getting into the actual ship, we'll start in this kind of area. This area right here houses the life support system, and also the fusion reactor, which generates electricity, kind of, like, stuff like that. And then here we have the bridge, where the pilot kind of lives and operates the ship. And, by the way, the pilot's about the size of one stud, like, about the size of this. But then actually going on to the engines, these two are the main thrusters, then kind of like propel the ship forward, and then these four kind of like on the corners are what help steer the ship, well actually what steer the ship. Like, I mean, these two will like activate and you'll like kind of push the ship like that, and then these, I haven't exactly figured out how it might work, but like they'll be powered by kind of an electromagnetic field type thing, which causes it to go forward. I haven't really figured out the details, but it's how it's going to work in the story, because it's, much more energy efficient because it's powered by the fusion reactor. And then these kind of down the center are the afterburners type of thing, which allows it to go really fast. But they have to burn like a fuel, like a gas or liquid. So they're just not commonly used here because, a lot of gas and liquid will be used because there's going to be a lot of ships. So, I mean, it's not as efficient, but it allows it to go faster. And then here we have the tanks themselves, which, by the way, this is a tanker. And then these would store what is normally liquid, and these would store what is normally gas. These would stay liquid, but the gas would be so compressed that it would turn to liquid. Because, I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense, because the main thing that determines whether or not gas is a gas and liquid is a liquid is how close the particles are, well, and the energy. But if, like, there's too much pressure on a solid, but it's at its melting point, it won't melt. So, in theory, these would be liquid. If not, it would just be super compressed gas. And then up here we have the nozzles, like these ones are for the liquid, and these ones are for the gas, which would have pumps on them to kind of, pump it in mainly, but also then pump it out. And then up on the top here we have the communications array, kind of like these are like the communication tower within this thing here, processing that and sending it to the bridge. And then we have the sensor tower like this, and kind of these, which again process it and sends it to the bridge. And then this stuff here, that's just paneling at the front of it. Yeah. Oh, and also there's a, guys probably can't see it, but there's a beam in there which connects the front part to the rear part, and also holds in these, because these aren't weight bearing, and it also contains all the wires to connect to the bridge. And it's designed so that if it's, attacked and it breaks apart, which hopefully doesn't happen because they have these strongly reinforced, but if it does, it might explode, because, the super compression. So then, this is designed to be able to run by itself so it can get back to safety course, it won't have communications and sensors, because, they'll be right over here. But it can at least get back to civilization. Oh, and also, the black parts on these indicate, like, really high, like, strong box type things, I guess, which are stronger than the brown parts, and that's just, but they also take up more space, so, I mean, they have the brown parts to maximize space, but then they have these to maximize safety, so that this part doesn't get damaged and it can get back to civilization. Also, I made a little stand for it. Alright, so that was my mini ship. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do plan to make more in this series, because the race that made the ship would have brought out the Slug because they're in the space age. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, and see ya!